Welcome to my classroom. Today we will look at the Tug of War Technique. You may be wondering, what is the Tug of War Technique? This technique is a strategy that is used to maximize strengths and minimize weaknesses within your project. This technique allows for the positive and negative forces operating within a project to manifest itself. You must be aware of the positive and negative forces operating in your project before you develop a strategy for solving it. This technique is based on the force field analysis developed by Kurt Lewin. This analysis shows the push and pull towards a best case or worst case scenario. After doing this technique, your strategy should allow you to take advantage of the positive factors while eliminating or diminishing the negative ones. Positive and negative forces won't sit still for a portrait. They are constantly vibrating, pushing and pulling. Tug of war is a frame on which you can fasten down those forces and study them. It can help you to better define your challenge, identify strengths you can maximize, and identify weaknesses you can minimize. There are 3 ways to move a condition toward the best case scenario. The first, maximize your strengths. The second, minimize your weaknesses. And the third, add more positive forces. To do this technique, you want to first write the challenge or your project you are trying to work on or solve. Next, describe the best case scenario and the worst case scenario, the best that can happen and the worst. The center portion of the board represents the current situation. Then list the conditions of the situation. Conditions are anything that modifies or restricts the nature or existence of your subject. They are whatever requirements you perceive to be essential to solving a particular challenge or necessary for your project. And finally, note the tug of war. As you list the conditions, you will find the forces pushing you to the best case and those pulling you toward catastrophe. You want to pit each condition against its opposite on the continuum by specifying its push and pull powers. The key to using this technique is to work on the conditions. You want to note your negative forces, your positive forces, and what your options are. How can you further strengthen the positive forces? How can you reframe the negative forces as challenges to be solved? In what ways might you improve upon those negative forces? And how can you add more positive forces to the condition? For more information, visit www.instructionaldesignlady.com. Now you give it a try.